We're talking Episode 5, The Jersey Devil. It was written by Chris Carter and directed by Joe Napolitano. It premiered on October 8th, 1993. This is our second Monster of the Week episode. I remember this episode and being very excited for it as a teenager. Here's one of the TV advertisement taglines. It can strike anywhere, at any time, and no one is safe. Now that's really generic, but remember this for later. First, what is the Jersey Devil? Jersey Devil. Jersey Devil. Chris Carter certainly has a new interpretation. Now, the Jersey Devil legend is mostly confined to the Pine Barrens region. You may remember that Paulie and Christopher almost froze to death there. For continuity's sake, I'd like to believe that the Jersey Devil caught the Russian. I really love this opening shot because it instills this almost claustrophobic, enveloping wilderness.
Would you mind holding the light for a second?
It's in here! It's as tall as the house! I see it!
He's coming at us.
He was resisting.
They found a body in the New Jersey woods yesterday, missing its right arm and shoulder. They think they may have been eaten off by a human.
You feeling lucky, Scully?
Relative to whom? An X-File?
Ever hear of something called the Jersey Devil?
Yeah. It's a beast that's supposed to come out of the woods and attack cars, right? Kind of like an East Coast Bigfoot. Mulder, it's the same story I've heard since I was a kid. It's a folk tale, a myth.
I really love when Scully gets hot and skeptical.
Agent Dana Scully, and this is Agent Fox Mulder.
I don't remember anybody calling me FBI in on this.
This is actor Wayne Tippett. He's passed on now, but he did a great turn here as the truly combative local detective asshole.
Any suspects yet, Detective?
I don't work for you, sir. And unless you hear different from the Attorney General, this case is a local matter.
We get a stare down. That's a good stare down.
Mulder, I have to be back in D.C.
We got a date?
No. I have my godson's birthday party at 6:30.
Now, Scully is apparently trying to conduct some semblance of a normal life outside of the X-Files. Well, this is an old pro move here. In the days of the payphone, I'm not sure how old you'd have to be to remember payphones. Anyway, as a kid, I would hit all these change returns, hoping for a quarter or two to use at the arcade.
Most are scared of the woods.
Scared? Of what?
I don't know. The devil?
I think the park ranger is another good casting choice. They really should have given these folks a better script.
You never saw him again?
No. But I feel him. And I'll tell you one thing. I don't ever come out here without my weapon anymore.
When am I supposed to find the time?
Well, first you have to get a life. And, of course, it helps if you can find a man.
What about that guy you work with? Mulder?
Yeah, I thought you said he was cute.
He's a jerk.
Yeah, Mulder's cute. I guess, yeah.
He's not a jerk. He's obsessed with his work.
Hi,
Hi.
I'm Rob. I'm Scott's dad.
Oh.
Divorced.
I just want to mention that Scully's friend Ellen and godson Trent will not appear or be mentioned in any future episodes of The X-Files. I assume this is what happens when you give the prop master 90 seconds to come up with something.
What is this?
I've seen it.
Where?
Right here. Digging in
Here?
the trash.
What the hell do you think you're doing?
Enjoying the nightlife here in beautiful Atlantic City.
Now, Mulder's contention is that the Atlantic City PD is conspiring to conceal the existence of the Jersey Devil so that it does not negatively impact tourism.
I've seen it.
Seen what?
The look on his face seems so genuine. He's thinking, I hope my agent got me paid up front for this.
I'm talking about this Jersey Devil thing.
I saw it. It's exactly the way the ranger described. The way it moved, the way it sniffed the air.
You kind of have to love how excited he seems here.
It's come out of the woods. Probably in search of food.
Yeah, I'll say.
It was peeking through the garbage, Scully. If it was a man-eater, why didn't it come after me?
Yeah, well, I have to get back to Washington by 7:30, so I have a date.
Can you cancel?
Unlike you, Mulder, I would like to have a life.
I have a life.
I love this exchange for two reasons. First, you have Scully being kind of pressured into, hey, you should find a man and have some kids by her friend Ellen. While contrast that with Mulder, completely disheveled, shoveling food in his mouth, saying, you know, instead of having a social life, wouldn't you rather spend time in Atlantic City searching condemned buildings for a filthy naked cannibal?
What if something entered the food chain above us?
No, it won't happen. Our intelligence virtually ensures that, barring the introduction of some alien life form, we will live out our days as rulers of the world.
Highly unlikely that what you're suggesting could have survived civilization or evolution out in the woods of New Jersey?
Highly unlikely, but not outside the realm of extreme possibility?
Scully has a bright idea. Take Mulder to meet her old anthropology professor from the University of Maryland. Now, you might not guess to look at me, but for reference, I used to teach undergraduate anthropology. Scully hoped the professor would dissuade Mulder from any idea that there really could be a human ancestor, hominid, northern latitude ape in North America. But the professor refuses to say it's impossible. And Mulder convinces him maybe he should come along. Which is exactly what every anthropologist I know would do. And you can immediately see that Scully recognizes that she's made a huge mistake. Feet pics and busty cryptids. Seems Mulder has some very specific tastes. Seriously, this is one of the most unintentionally funny things in this whole series. Bravo, Prop Master, bravo.
I don't suppose you'd want to hear about the finer points of estate planning and taxation.
A long-haired male missing the same tooth I found in that rabbit a while back. It could be your devil.
Scully.
Mulder.
Sorry to interrupt your evening.
That's okay. What's up?
I just had an amazing thought.
Okay. What if Sasquatch had some big paranormals?
You said it was a female?
The body they found was a male. There's a 50-50 chance there was a mate. We may never know unless we find out ourselves.
If it's true, what are the chances of capturing it alive?
We'll stay together and start with the lower floors. How much time will that dart give us?
We'll put down a 500-pound bear for an hour.
If I hit it.
And Scully does the house cat size up, like, yeah, I can do this. Look at this. Jump, roll, draw. Absolutely elite.
Right now, he wants to know what the hell is going on up here in Atlantic City.
Well, tell him he's got a real live Neanderthal on the loose.
We got a naked woman just jumped from a second-story window. Suspect is headed south into the woods on foot.
Can you reach it from here? I can try.
Those bastards shot the beast woman. Who's the real monster?
Why'd you have to kill her?
Same reason you kill a rabid animal.
I think this is staring match number 3. Mulder really wants to say something mean to him.
There would have been offspring.
The medical exam of the woman's uterus does seem to indicate that she may have given birth.
She was just protecting her children, Scully. It all makes sense. The male dies, and she comes out of the woods in search of food.
I'll cover for you. Will you just take some time for yourself?
Thanks for the offer, but I've got an appointment at the Smithsonian with an ethnobiologist. I can't wait to tell him about this.
Hello?
Hi, Dana. It's Rob.
Oh, hi.
Dana, is this man bothering you?
Sorry to call you at work. It's just I have Scott for the night, and we have 2 extra tickets for Cirque du Soleil.
Who's that on the phone?
A guy?
A guy. Same guy as the guy you had dinner with the other night?
Same guy.
You gonna have dinner with him again?
I don't think so.
What are you doing?
Flying with you to the Smithsonian?
Do you have a life, Scully?
Keep that up, Mulder, and I'll hurt you like that beast woman.
8 million years out of Africa.
Look who's holding the door.
So what do we think about this episode? Now, in an interview, Chris Carter describes wanting to tell a Bigfoot story without Bigfoot. Now, for purposes of geography, being in DC and the Jersey Devil being so close makes sense. But there's really not a lot of other semblance to the Jersey Devil legend here. Scully is this relatively normal, good-looking, young professional, well-educated, even-tempered, the whole deal. So, of course, she should have some friends and hobbies and emotional depth. And this is Carter's first attempt to show us what she's missing from a normal life and what it's like to follow around Mulder and his manic obsessions. Scully brings this case to him because it's weird, not really expecting him to follow up, but of course he jumps in with both feet, desperate to investigate. And apparently they have no normal caseload, so let's just go to Atlantic City and check this out. Now, we have Dana going out on a date. Presumably this is the first date that she's gone on since she's joined the X-Files. But he's a comically boring man, and she quickly realizes Mulder, who is admittedly cute, is far more interesting. Perhaps even uniquely so. I mean, who could be more interesting than Fox Mulder? he's clever and brilliant, and he has a revelation. What if big titty Sasquatch girlfriend, or more precisely, what if the Jersey Devil was a woman? Unfortunately, our beast woman is killed, and we aren't really able to learn anything. Both the male and female devils are morphologically modern humans, apparently. Although they have eaten a couple of guys. Also, there is a feral child running around the Pine Barrens. Let's compare our New Jersey Neanderthal with our first monster of the week, Eugene Toombs. So remember that tagline, anyone, anywhere, anytime? Now, both of these monsters are ostensibly humans, although with animalistic behaviors. They both eat people. They've been around for quite a while. And for the most part, they seem to be monsters by virtue of their genetics, as opposed to any kind of acute cognitive decision-making. Mulder feels sympathy for both of them, to differing degrees. They both appear to live in abandoned, condemned buildings. I think there could have been a livelier and more thrilling story here than what we ultimately got. The Jersey Devil has its own lengthy mythology that could have been utilized. And listen, I like robust, filthy, naked women cannibals as much as the next person. But I feel like we could have used a real monster for this episode. I think teenage me was also a little disappointed by the final product. Well, look, it's only the 5th episode. We still have nearly an entire season ahead of us. And we are seeing some character development. And we're definitely seeing more confident acting by our leads. That's it. That's the Jersey Devil. Next up, number 6, Shadows. We'll always have Atlantic City.
Yeah, everything dies, baby, that's a fact. But maybe everything that dies someday comes back. Go ahead, put on your makeup, fix your hair up pretty, and meet me tonight in Atlantic City.